Welcome back. Today we are going to do something a little different. We are going to find Kaylee a girlfriend. And so since if you watched the last video, you noticed that I accidentally got every teen in the game knocked up. So instead, I just kind of default generated a household that had a teenage daughter and moved them into Callie's house here. So there's the mother playing chess, and here is the daughter. Her name is Sylvia. And we are going to introduce ourselves and make friends with her and make her our girlfriend before, you know, MCCC takes care of that for us. So that is what is happening here. We are just getting to know her a little bit and making friends with her before we start to try and get flirty. I was thinking about having Kaylee introduce herself to Sylvia's parents, but um, you know, that's a later us thing. Plus, we're also working on the Strangerville aspirations, so we don't really have a ton of extra time, even though I suppose we do because Kaylee is still a teenager and there's nothing too exciting that cannot wait until she is an adult. But we are finally starting to get flirty here, and I got a little nervous because she starts to get up and walk away, and I'm like, wait, no, we're trying to seduce you here. So they are able to chat over the chess table and get flirty, and Sylvia is seemingly, interested in this. I did give her the outgoing not aspiration, trait. So she is a friendly sim, and we're not too worried about her being mean to us like a lot of other Sims. So we get that first kiss there, and it is very exciting. We are just going to be exchanging numbers and also continue to be flirty until we can get her to be Kaylee's girlfriend. So that is going to continue there. And they are girlfriends now, which is really exciting. And then they are going to go mess around in the hot tub because that is something that we can do. But now that we have accomplished that, and I was looking around for the parents because I figured now we could introduce ourselves now that Kaylee is Sylvia's girlfriend, but her parents are actually both asleep and in separate beds, which is a little, wonder how that relationship's going. But anyway, I was thinking about waking them up, but then I was like, they might not like us if we wake them up. So instead, we will go back to the Strangerville aspiration and working on that now that Kaylee has a girlfriend. And I know that she didn't really need one, she's still a teen, but I thought that it'd be nice for her to have a high school sweetheart. So now we are going back to the lab. And of course, she's in her bathing suit because she was just in the hot tub. But we are just checking out what we need to do here, which is go to the deepest part of the lab. Also, it's almost Riker's birthday. So in order to get down there, we need to open the door with the key card and then be wearing our hazmat suit as we go through this kind of, really infected area. And then go all the way down here. Now, I did notice, in this game, for some reason, there is some stagnation. Um, so like she just stands there. She's just standing there and standing there and standing there. And I'm wondering if I have to reset her or if she's actually going to move. And that actually happens a couple of times. So I'm really not sure if it's just a game lag or what the deal is. But anyway, we are going to the deepest part to find the mother. So there she is. Isn't she a beauty? Actually, the things that look like little hands kind of remind me of Full Metal Alchemist a little bit. But anyway, we are here and we have the next part of this aspiration, which is to actually create a vaccine for this. And creating a vaccine is not easy, and also we have school very soon. The vaccine, we need one of the fruits from the plants, and then we need to also get some spores and combine them to make the vaccine. But more importantly, Kaylee has to go to school. So she is at school now, and you know, I keep wondering who died because every 5 seconds they're upset that someone died. But Esteban has passed on. Unfortunately, we did not get any inheritance money from him, which probably just went to his household. I did check in on his household, and he had 3 children total, and even his children are now starting to have children. So there is that. And we are skipping ahead to when Kaylee returns from school. And actually, she invited over one of her classmates here, and then also Sylvia, who lives next door to the right, but for some reason came from the left, which is just fine. And we're trying to cheer up our classmate here and also be a little flirty with our girlfriend, which I think is funny in the hazmat suit because supposedly there's this like plastic or glass covering her face, but the Sims don't act like that's the case. But it is totally fine. They are starting to come home from work as well. And we are almost at 400,000 simoleons, which is exciting. And so she is just hanging out with her friends and her classmates. I'm trying to, be aware of the fact that Kaylee has plenty of time and she doesn't have to complete her aspiration before she reaches young adulthood. We aren't in any rush. So there is that. I think that is one of the problems with finishing the previous generation's aspirations really early, is that all I can think about is go, go, go on the next one. And I didn't even realize in the last video that that was going to be the first video of Kaylee's generation. So, um, because I wasn't planning on starting her playlist until she became a young adult. So that is actually interesting as well. I do have a playlist per generation if anybody needs that, but we are now harvesting these plants in order to um, get materials for the vaccine. And once again, you can see me making my mistake of only just getting enough for 3. So that's fine though. We are going to end up needing to come back here and create a lot more, but for right now, we are going to scan near this area and get some of the spores so that she can create the vaccines. And she needs 5 of those plus 1 fruit in order to make a vaccine. So she's going to go do that. And we need to do that multiple times. So she's going to go back and get some more using her scanner. And really only over here is where it yields stuff. I mean, you can around town get more, but each scan will only get like one thing. So I think that it is good that we come down here and do that. Plus, also, we have the machine that we need to make the vaccine here as well. So it's good to not have to go to too many places. So she's just going to pick those up and then do one more scan and get those things. And I have to be honest, I did get curious as to what would happen if she ate one. That will come up later. But, right now she is skipping school because I wanted her to finish making the vaccines before she went to school. Of course, her school performance is very abysmal, but, you know, it's not like it really affects their lives in the first place. Plus, she'll be joining the military. So that's all good there. Her career is already, paved out. And so now she is at school, everyone is at work, and she is being moody because she's a teenager. So once she gets home, I was thinking about um, traveling with some people that she knows already because they would be more likely to help her if she vaccinates them, and then they so they get better, and then they are more likely to help her because she needs to enlist people in her mission. Also, I felt a little bad rejecting Sylvia's invitation, but we are on a mission and we saw Sylvia yesterday, so that is fine. I was going to give these people that we already know the vaccine, but unfortunately, none of them were infected. Actually, finding infected Sims was really tough. So I think we're going to even more speed our way through this part. So we are looking for infected people, and actually, it was really hard to find infected people. We found that woman and we tried our vaccine on her, and it was unsuccessful. And then I was just continuing to look around and reject Kaylee's girlfriend and try and find some infected people, but that person just straight up walked away from us and we couldn't catch her. So that was a bummer as well. So we're chasing after this redheaded woman because she's actually the scientist from last time that told us she would give us um, something. I forget the scanner maybe, but then she got infected. So we're trying it on her. It also was unsuccessful. And so now we are going to continue to look around until we finally find a third person to test it on. And finally, it tells us, okay, now we can make a vaccine. So we go home and we save because save often is a good rule of thumb. But then I got really curious, so I had her eat one of the fruits, and she got totally possessed and made a really creepy face. Look at her head, all like bent back like that. So she is possessed, and it's kind of terrifying. So while she is running around like that, we are going to work on everyone else's skills so that they can continue to do well in their jobs. And they are all very sad, and they won't tell me why they're sad. I mean, someone died, but they won't tell me who died. It just says like a friend or a friend of the family or someone in the family, but it's not. I mean, their only family member is oh my gosh, what's her name? Harper's mother, Anya. Oh my gosh. Anya is their only family member alive. I mean, Esteban is dead. Maybe it could be Andy, who is Riker's father. It could be him. But now that our dear Kaylee is back to normal and no longer possessed by a plant, she is just in time to go to school. And everyone else is going to work. So we're going to skip ahead. So now Kaylee is coming home from school, and I was actually thinking about having her invite Sylvia to Strangerville, and I decided not to, so I clicked off of her, but guess who came anyway? So we are going to go to the secret lab with our girlfriend. That's, a little concerning, but it's fine. She'll be fine. Not like she has a hazmat suit, but she'll be okay. So we need to collect more of this fruit so that we can make more vaccinations. And so we are just going to go around and collect as many as we can. Actually, a lot of them are not playable because they are just for show off past that fence. But that's okay. And I was like, uh-oh, Sylvia's here. And I saw that she was just hanging around. This is a great place for a date, somewhere incredibly dangerous and toxic. That's fine. Everything's fine. So we get the fruit, as much fruit as we can, and then chat a little with Sylvia because we can't be rude here. She did come all this way. And so flirting and hanging out before she goes downstairs to continue to find spores and make a vaccine. So she does that and continues to find as many as she can. So she continues to do that and then is possessed. And I'm like, how did she get possessed again? And it turns out that because she ate the fruit, she gained a new trait, which is possessed. So sometimes she's normal, and then sometimes she's not normal. So now she's just running around doing whatever she wants, losing her mind. So what I try to do is get Riker here so he can give her a vaccine. But then I realized that we don't have any vaccines because we were still looking for stuff to make vaccines with. So, hey, Riker, you came here for no reason. Then I am just waiting for that to go down. And of course, it gets to 0 and then doesn't go away for a while. So she is finally not possessed anymore. So we make a vaccine really quick so that she can take some because she's still, you know, all messed up. And so she makes the vaccine, the first one, and then she takes the vaccine. Of course, it doesn't count as one of the 3 Sims that she vaccinates, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that it would. So we learned something new. Don't eat the fruit. And so she's going to continue to make vaccines and continue to um, get the ingredients for vaccines. And we are going to make a couple of extras because they will come in handy later. So we are just speeding right through this for, because we've already done that. And then Sylvia calls and invites us out, but we say no because I think that was the Hunger Games one where we're like, no, we don't want to do that. But we are just, making sure that she is okay. And then the Festival of Light is starting soon and it's Love Day. So I think that what we need to do is go out on a date with Sylvia. So as soon as she finishes creating these vaccines that she has enough supplies for, we are going to go there with Sylvia and have a little date, even though I guess technically it wasn't considered a date because they just went there together as a group and she didn't actually ask her out on a date. So that was a little unfortunate, but that's okay because being flirty with her girlfriend and having a good time at the Festival of Light is totally fine. I was trying to find a gift to give her and I chose milk, but she didn't end up giving her the milk, which was good. I don't think she liked the milk as a present anyway. So they give a little smooch through the hazmat suit and continue to enjoy the atmosphere. And it's Love Day, so they are full of flirty feelings. And then they are going to hang out by the fire. I was going to try and feed her, but there was a big line and she couldn't end up actually getting any food, which was a bummer, but that's okay. And so here we are trying to get some food, but it's not working out. Totally fine. So they hang out by the fire a little bit and act flirty. And actually, what I didn't realize, I was going to end the video here, but what I didn't realize is actually tomorrow is Kaylee's birthday. So quickly, we're going to have a little birthday party for her so that the next video is us building her house and finally starting her young adulthood. So I will catch you guys for that in the next one.